Hey guys, how's it going? I know it's been a very long time. I'm sorry. You guys know I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now, so I haven't really given uh as much time as this as I'd like to, and I apologize for that. But yeah, Drew Danger here back on the scene. Glad to be here. Going through a lot. I start my chemotherapy treatments next month, October, and that goes through December. So I will be knee deep in that, unfortunately, guys. So I'll try to do more videos before that time comes, and when that time is going, before things start to get really bad and all that with the treatments. Um, for those of you that don't know, I will have to go through an extensive level of chemotherapy. So basically that means they give me what they don't give cancer patients is actually beyond that. It's a much higher dose. It's right at the level of red. I can also get a form of cancer from the treatment. And just for you guys to know, they cannot fix my injuries. Um, all they can do is delay the multiple sclerosis future damage later on in the future. So Um, I'm kind of working with that the best I can when I'm quarantined. I can't be around my family and stuff like that for a long time. So yeah, things are pretty difficult, uh, hard to put together, hard to think about. I guess is the best way of putting it. Really kind of lost words. I don't know, but I'm trying to be as hopeful as I can be and to get through it. But the reason I wanted to, uh, talk about this today was because I wanted to let you guys know, you guys know I'm a big Power Ranger fan. I've met Jason David Frank, who played Tommy Oliver, the original Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, uh, before, but I was able to meet him again and actually spend more time with him. And he made a video for me on my phone that's been really encouraging, uplifting, and he and I talked about martial arts and training and um, life, and it was great. And he made this video for me that was real encouraging. So I guess you could say this video is about really giving love back to people that have inspired, checked on me as I'm going through this whole life-changing event. So yeah, I'm gonna just share this video with you guys real quick. Let me pull this up. I'm with Drew right here, just having more fun. Listen, I know he's going through some hard stuff. We're gonna pray for him. He's gonna get through it, and we just want to say it's more for time. And, we'll all be praying for you, okay, buddy? You'll be fine. I'm with Drew right here, just having more fun. Listen, I know he's going through. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys, and it really meant the world to me to have one of your childhood heroes you've always looked up to, and really take the time to kind of do something awesome for you. um, I think that sometimes we may not realize how important that is, and really what that does for you, especially when you're being put to the test. I mean, you might think about it as a casual thing, but trust me, when you're really put to the test and things are going a certain way, and you get the news that I got, it's like you really start appreciating things more. And to be honest, back then I definitely appreciated everything. But you just put it in a much deeper perspective of really understanding life even more. You know, you smell the flowers more, you think about things deeper because your life, you're having to fight for your life, you know. And I think that when that's put on play, you really start to realize how important life is and how important friendships and people are and things like that. And the other thing was, you guys know I have a law enforcement background. I did work court security, and then I did 5 years private investigations and did all sorts of crazy homicide cases and stuff like that. So I was invited because I got to know the police chief from police department out here who's retired, and we have been talking and good things like that. And he invited me to come to the annual law enforcement 2-day seminar get together that they had, and they actually recognized me at it. And it was like 200-300 people, might have been more in the room. Everyone stood and applauded, and I got to meet everyone, and we got to share our journeys together, and it was just really awesome and really, really encouraging, is what I would say. So a lot of support, and as you go through things like this, you need support, okay? Because you can't manage this stuff by yourself. You're going to the doctor all the time. You're handling disability all the time. You're back and forth. Your family's going through things. You need support to get through it. And I would encourage each one of you guys to understand that as you go through life, please take care of your health. Stay on top of things. If you feel weird about a situation, like your health is not right and they can't find it, scour the earth for as many doctors as you need to find out. Because trust me, if there's a way you can find out early and do something about it and get it out of your life, the better you are. Okay? And this multiple sclerosis deal is not my first brush with life. I've shared with you guys. I've had esophageal cancer. I've had I had a stroke when I was in my 20s. I've been through it, and I'm telling you guys, I'm here today because I was very vigilant in everything that I did, and I would encourage you guys to do the same. The only reason why this is showing up the way that it did is because those doctors did not look, and they just did not find. And I didn't quit. I kept looking. I kept going. But nobody looked in the ways that were needed. And I would encourage you guys to definitely push and talk about those things and figure out those problems as soon as you can. It makes a world of difference. I would definitely say that. And I almost forgot. I'm wearing Willow today. I was a fan of the original movie. It's one of my favorite movie memories as a kid. I saw it in theaters when it was brand new. I'm that old. And got Madmartigan. Val Kilmer was Madmartigan. My favorite role he ever did was Madmartigan. I would have to say Doc Holliday would probably be second. But I love Doc Holliday. It's a tie because that was something else. But the greatest swordsman who ever lived will always have a special place in my heart, and my heart goes out to the Kilmer family, because if you guys haven't gone on Amazon and seen his documentary deal about his health conditions, it is life-changing. It was a lot of my journey incorporated in there, and I could just see it, and it's heartbreaking, to see him be the Val Kilmer we all knew, and to see him go through that and to see where he's at now is like very sad. And my heart goes out to the Kilmer family. So, let's say a prayer for them and their families. Absolutely. The other thing is I wanted to briefly touch on Sylvester Stallone's divorce. You guys know I'm a big Stallone fan. I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes these things happen. It's really sad, especially this late in the game, for them to be married this long and to be at the age that they're at. It's rough, and I pray for the Stallone family at this time, because, Sylvester Stallone has influenced me in a big way and has done a lot to help me along in life, and he's one of those iconic figures that's really carried that in his films and his life, and it inspired me to definitely go the distance, and make that work. So, I just hate to see him go through that right now. And, even my hero, Jason David Frank, there's talk of his wife divorcing him, and I don't know all the details of what had happened, But I'll tell you what, when he made that video for me, when I met him, you wouldn't even know the stuff was bothering him, because that man is so focused. He's on the path, he's on the journey. He's trying to get somewhere. So despite what's going on in his life, personal life, professional life, whatever, he knows where he needs to be. That's the thing about Jason David Frank. He is driven as driven can get. You know, he knows that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And he's always carried that edge with him. And that's why he's been successful with what he's done, because he's hung in there. He did what he needed to do. He made it work. But not only did he make it work, but he made it work his way. And he didn't have to compromise anything that he didn't want to compromise, you know? And that says a lot about him. And it's very important to keep that with you wherever you go, you know, and whatever you do. You know, you always want to keep focus on that. You always want to be motivated to do what is right. You always want to be motivated to not compromise yourself, but to put yourself out there in a way that you are good with it and that makes you look respectful and in a good light. You always want to be able to do that, you know? And I know life is not perfect. We're going to get faced with a lot of decisions, a lot of changes, a lot of ups and downs, left and rights, moving back and forth. You know, one day everything's magical, the next day things may not be. But I'll tell you this, and I can promise you this, that even through the most difficult storms, that things will, can, and have, and always will change. They will. They will never stay the same. People go, well, I'm going through a difficult time. It will change. You know, in what way, I can't tell you. But I can guarantee you that it'll change. You won't be in that same spot forever, especially if you're moving. The trick is to keep moving, to keep pushing, to keep driving, to keep that focus, to keep that clarity you need. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger's tips were don't listen to the naysayers. So those people that want to put you down, tell you can't do it, you can't, this won't happen, why are you here, and all that stuff like that. You know what? I've had people tell me that a million times. But I laughed because I looked at their lives and they had not done anything except very basic stuff. And in my short time, I got to do a million things and run a million circles around them. You know? And people think like the ride can stop, go, and last a long time. It could stop, go, last a short time, and then you might have to go back, reevaluate some things, and then come back to it. That's life. Okay? You know, movies, TV shows, they don't last forever. A TV show might last one season. A TV show might last 10 seasons. A TV show might last, 5 seasons. You never know. You know, that one movie you do might be the only movie you really get recognized for. Or you might be blessed and have 20 movies and always be recognized. You don't know how this outcome will come, but I will tell you this. The main thing you have to remember is go out there and try it. Okay? Go out there and try it. Stop. Just don't live your life not trying things. No matter if it works out good or works out bad, you know what? You're going to learn something from it. You're going to be able to say that you did it. And what you learn from that is going to move you forward in your next venture. So, we have to remember not to be afraid to try, not to be afraid to put our best foot forward, not to be afraid to go see what's out there. Hey, if you like a young lady and you want to date her, go try it. Try it. It might go good. It might go bad. That might be the love of your life. You don't know until you try. There was a movie Matt Damon did called We Bought a Zoo. And in the movie, his wife passes away. He's bought a zoo. He's trying to raise his kids. He's going through a lot of different things, right? But at the end of the movie, if you guys ever see it, just look up the ending scene. He says something that's really special. He shows his kids where he first met their mom, his wife that passed away. And he says, I walked past a restaurant. And I saw this beautiful lady in there, and I walked in. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But I walked in there. I knew I wanted to talk to her, and I walked over and I said, if I remember what he said correctly was, excuse me. He was like, "What would it take to talk to you, to get to know you?" And would anybody like you give someone like me a chance? It was something like that. It's been a while, but I remember it really stuck out to me. And she said, "Hey, sure, have a seat." But had he not done that, he wouldn't have had the life that he has now, even though she's passed away. But things have lined up even after she's passed in his life because he was willing to try, and he kept trying. That was his whole journey of a character, was that this guy, he just kept going. He kept going. He knew things were going to get tough, but he kept going. He never stopped. So that's what I would encourage you guys to do, is to never, never stop. Even if it's painful. One of the greatest lines I've ever heard in my life is from The Princess Bride. And it's a line Wesley, when he's still under the Dread Roberts disguise, he tells Princess Buttercup, he says, "Look, life is pain. Anyone else that's telling you different is selling you something." So in order to go through the pain, that's why Friedrich Nietzsche used that. And you see at the beginning of the original Conan the Barbarian, what doesn't kill us only makes us stronger. You've got to go through some trial of fire. Even if you don't make it, the fact that you were willing to do that, and you were willing to go through that, it will speak volumes to other people. Your story will influence or change something for someone somewhere. Okay? We need to realize how important we are. That the stories, the events, the things that we do, the stories we tell, that they actually do change and help people. And it all starts with you going out there and living life. So I would encourage you guys, live life. Live life to its fullest. Make it give you what you want. Count your blessings. Give thanks to God. And go forward, And I guarantee you, in some way, somehow, he will bless your life. Okay? It's just that sometimes we don't recognize the blessings that we get, when we're blessed. Simple. Here we go. You have a roof over your head. You're blessed. You have a beautiful family. You're blessed. You wake up in the morning. You're blessed. You could do whatever pretty much you want. You're blessed. Right? You got all the things that you pretty much want or need. Excuse me. You're blessed. So let's start acting like we're blessed, because it will change our attitudes and how we feel. And it will help us want to strive and do more. So you keep those attitudes where you need to, because then you could strive and do more to get even further in life than what you want to be. If you're just down in the dumps all the time, you may not ever move. You need something that's going to kick you in the butt and go out there and do some things, and live life. Be grateful for it. That's my 2 cents, And, blessings to all you guys and all your families. And thank you guys for all the support. I'll try to do more videos, and I just want to thank you guys. All right? Be awesome. Drew Danger out. Team Danger.